Hey everybody, my name is Sophia Lennox and I want to share something with you today because I want you to feel confident, happy, joyful and loving. And the thing is that we all get bent out of shape at times. We get caught up in how we think we should be in this world, how we think other people want us to be. And that's a really, really horrible place to hang out. It's painful, it's tiring, it's exhausting. And because it's Halloween this weekend, I wanted to ask you, what mask is it that you're wearing? How are you showing up in this world? And more, I appreciate that Halloween is not something that happens one day of the year. It's not even something that happens one weekend of the year. It's something that so many of us are out there living 365 days a year. We're pretending to be something that we're not. So what mask is it that you're wearing? Are you even aware that you're wearing a mask? Are you the good girl, the diligent employee, the quiet one? The butter wouldn't melt kind of innocent? Are you the outwardly highly successful entrepreneur who has actually no cash and no clients, but still is out there talking a good game? Are you the new mum who everybody thinks is happy and well groomed and perfect, but who actually cries when nobody is looking and who spends the day in her pyjamas? Are you the happy-go-lucky but secretly miserable as sin person who just wishes that she felt better? And are you the mostly positive person who is actually deeply affected by negative self-chat and will never admit it? What is it that's going on for you? Now, if you want to feel better, there are so many ways to do it. But if you want lasting change, here's the best way. Get real. Get honest and real with yourself about who you are and what you want in life. Get close to what fires you up and brings you down. Learn about who you are. Get curious. Why would anybody else be interested in you if you aren't interested in yourself? If you want to be able to change your world on the outside, that change first has to start on the inside. It has to come with a decision, a commitment, an investment to be the very best version of yourself possible. Because when we're living behind these masks, when we're trying to project ourselves out there in a certain way because we want other people to think that we're X, Y, or Z, it actually doesn't work and it doesn't feel good. So let's take a look at 3 versions of you that I would love for you to meet today. You might have met some of them already. They might come as brand new strangers, but let's see. Your pretend self. This is who you pretend to be, the image that you project into the world. It's not based so much on how you actually are, but covering up how you're afraid that you might be. So ask yourself this: how do you like to be seen? Which parts of your personality do you hope that other people notice about you first? What do you want other people to know about you? So just make a few notes on those things right now so that we can begin to uncover and get closer to who you are. And now let's take a look at your negative self-image, the person that you're afraid you might be. Now, we've all been subjected to somebody calling us a name that we don't identify with, that we just know is absolutely not true. And there's rarely any kind of an emotional charge attached to that. It just water off a duck's back. We don't even think about it. But if something actually upsets us, it's because at some deep level, we fear that it might actually be true. Now, your ego might well be going, nope, that doesn't sound like me whatsoever. Well, that's fine. That's the ego's job to protect you. But please also know that any negative things that we identify right now, they're not actually yours. They're just part of your negative self-image, which is something that we've created ourselves through programming, through conditioning as a child, and beliefs and thoughts that we've continued to perpetuate. So when we look at these just now, we're letting them go. So the first part of identifying your negative self-image is to write down the opposite of each of the traits of your pretend self. So whatever those positive traits were that you wrote down of how you like others to see you, what's the opposite of those? And now write down who your least favourite person is and why. We all have somebody that we just gets on our nerves, we just don't like being around. We can't stand to watch on TV, or we can't stand when we meet out anywhere, we just try to avoid them. Who is your least favourite person and why? So often the things that we dislike in other people are just disowned parts of ourselves. We've literally projected them because for some reason we've associated them with something negative and we don't want to acknowledge that they might be true for us. And now let's take a look at our authentic self, who you truly are. And when we identify the traits, the characteristics of all three selves, we're giving ourselves the power to be able to move more into the heart of who we actually are, to stand in our own authenticity. And when we think about our authentic self, it feels like coming home. It feels good. It feels so natural, so neutral, it's almost not there. It's like an isotonic state. So who are you when nobody is watching? And if you felt totally safe, comfortable, nurtured, what would you do differently? How would your life be if you lived beyond any fear of judgment, of criticism? So a very brief exercise I just really wanted to share with you right now. We don't need to go through the whole year, 365 days wearing this mask. Let's get real, let's get honest with ourselves about who we are, what our capabilities are, what we're fearful of, the parts of ourselves that we feel ashamed of, that we want to cover up. And let's start to build from a strong place, from a point that feels good and that feels powerful, so that we can go out in this world, we can be ourselves, we can be loving, we can be kind, we can be compassionate, we can be considerate. And most of all, we can be confident because we're not pretending to be something that we're not. How would that feel? Pretty amazing. I'd love for you to pop your comments below on the Facebook page here. By all means, if you're interested in coaching, in more personal growth work and really learning what is going to make a difference in your life and how you show up, then drop me an email, sophia@sophialennox.com. I'd love to hear from you, and most of all, I'd love to know what you got from this little exercise. Let's get those masks off, ladies and gents. Lots of love. Bye-bye.